Okay, so from this point we're actually going to close the eyes and also the mouth as well. So to do so, we're going to just select that low poly and then go to the edges just around the eyes. So just double click those edges, and also we can turn symmetry on, Object X. So we have those selected. And so from here, what we want to do is actually just grab those edges, and we're going to scale. And if we scale just a touch, okay, we just want a small ridge, and then this is going to basically be our eyelid. And then, so it's just very slight, you can see right here, just very slight, okay? And then from there, if we hold down Shift again and extrude down to, basically down to nothing, almost completely nothing there, and then if you hold down Shift and we say merge edges to center, then that should bring us all the way to just a single vert, and then we can just select the one vert, and which should be both sides because we're in symmetry, and then from here we can just drag back in space. That closes those eye holes for us, and so that should be basically right at the center. We can go a little ways in, just a little bit. We just want to make sure that we have the ridges as well as that it just goes around. So when we close those eyes, we'll be able to just close those eyes nice and easily there. So with that, actually, that will work for now. Okay, so for this next part, how we're going to make his inner mouth. The inner mouth, we're going to select, use top row. Actually, if we select this one and then this end one and double click, we get that full full edge right there. And so we'll go to translate, so the W key, and then we'll hold down Shift and extrude that out. And just push that back just a little ways, and then we're going to push up in Y. Actually, if I turn on, hit the number 4 key, that will actually put us in. So from here, we just want to make sure that those edges are selected again, and then we'll go to the scale and then scale in Z. That'll basically just flatten that out. We want that flat, and then from here we're going to translate and extrude, so hold down Shift again. Just bring that to the back, and we'll just bring that back like so. And then from here can actually go to vert mode and just kind of bring these back. Actually, if you turn on symmetry in Object X, we can make these adjustments. We just want these to be more kind of rounded towards the back. And so with this, just grab this guy, and actually these corners we can just move forward a little bit. Actually, I'm going to target weld these guys. So I'm going to turn off symmetry and then just target weld these the back corner piece. to this. Alright. And then we'll go back to the edge mode, and then we're going to select the bottom part of the mouth. And if we want to see that, we just go to the number 5, and then we can actually make that. So we're going to hold down Shift and then translate in Z and just move that back, and then hit 4 just so we can see. So I'm just kind of opening this mouth up a little bit, and then also going to scale in X a little bit, and then also do another extrude in Z, and so move that, and then get it semi-close to this point. Like so. And then go back to vertex mode, and then we're going to target weld these to the top of, so we're just going to piece this together. May take just a little bit of time, but that's okay. Just make sure that you're double checking, so when you do weld, that you're welding to the right points. And you'll be able to tell just by basically just make sure that you're looking at the right verts. And then from here to here, this is just closing that whole, the back of the mouth. And then from here, I'm actually going to turn on symmetry. So this is looking at that top. So I just want to make these more rounded. So I'm just selecting these and moving them up. And just so the flow is just a nice looking arc, like so. And then for this one, I'm actually going to just grab these two, and then this should close the close that inner polygon. And by just, so if we hold down Shift and right click and say merge vertices to center, should close that, and then we can grab that one and just bring it out, just to kind of open that mouth up just a little bit. And so just want to make sure. So we look in that mouth. Yep. Alright, so from here, I'm actually going to still stay in symmetry and go target weld. And I'm just going to weld that point into the corner of the mouth a little bit. Alright. And then here as well, probably going to just weld this guy right here, just to get rid of some of those extra polygons that really aren't needed. So we just want to make sure that we're just reducing as we can. And there's going to be one on the bottom as well. And if we zoom in, we can kind of see. So with that bottom, we can just take these guys right here and just target weld this one as well. There we go. And this is kind of the same. I just want to bring this out a little bit more rounded. There we go. So it's just kind of like a big big open area. So this will be like where his tongue and all that reside inside the mouth. So I'm just bringing that up a little bit. And we could add an additional span if we want to. So to do so, we could go to edge mode, and we just need to make sure that we're inside that area. And here we can actually select that edge, and then we can insert edge loop. And so right here we should, actually it's not letting me do that, what I'm trying to do here. Actually, if we grab the multi-cut tool and we want to make sure that we're in that area that we can see, and if I hold down snap and just go right to that, it should cut all those. Just kind of what I want, and then grab those verts. So just grab those verts. So here, these ones. Then just kind of bring that up a little bit, just to kind of open that up a little bit more. And then from this one, just want to make sure that I can see that. Yeah, that's fine. So just looking inside the mouth here, and yeah, that's okay. And then from here, I just want to go inside this mouth and put in a cut here, and move to this one, and to here, and to here, and then just hit enter on that one. That's going to put that the bottom cut. And then I'm also going to want to put a cut from here, so right there, and then I want to go up to that cut that I made for the top, which is right here. So I just want to move that to there and hit enter. This just puts a loop around that other area there. So now we can see we have these, so we can just select these verts on the bottom and just kind of open that back area up a little bit more. So now when we open his mouth, we'll be able to see inside of his mouth. So if you look at that 5 there. And then here, I just want to make an extra, so with the edge, we're in edge mode, and I'm actually going to turn off symmetry and go to my shift right click menu and say insert edge loop tool, and I'm just going to place an edge loop really close to his mouth shape, to the edge. It should put that extra loop there. There we go. And then if we really wanted to soften that a little more, we could put another one on the inside, put another inside loop there, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. But overall, it's looking pretty good. So with that, actually I want to make sure that these verts right inside here, so I want to make sure that all these are selected. So just holding down, whoops, so just make sure that we're on the low poly, and then we're going to go to vert mode. Alright, so just making sure, so F8 to object, and then I'm going to go to edge mode and just make sure I select all these. So hold down shift and select these inner edges for his eyes. And you can also turn on symmetry. And from here we'll just shift right click and soften those edges. And then we can go back to object mode. Just turn that off. Just make sure that it's looking how we want it to, which it is. And then so these inner ones as well, we want to make sure that these are soft as well. I just want to make sure that all these inner loops, so I'm just holding down shift and grabbing these inner loops, and I'm still on symmetry, so just making sure that I'm grabbing some of those loops in here. And we'll grab these ones. So we're going to have to make some deselections, I believe. So yeah, don't want these. So if you hold down Control and left click, you get rid of the selections you don't want. So we don't want these. We just want all these inner loops. So from here, actually we can just grab from, say, here to the back here, and then from here just control select these around the mouth region. So if we hit 5, might be able to see it a little better. Shouldn't select. Oh, yep. Let's see here. The easy way to get to this might be to let's see. So that'll select the ring. Select that edge loop. This edge loop. Oops. So this loop. This loop. This loop. I'm just double clicking on those loops. And just Control H. Well, actually, I'm going to go, yes, that's fine. Control H. And then from here, should be able to grab all those mouth. So symmetry is still selected. Just going inside the mouth there a little bit. So now with all those selected, we can just say shift, right click. Actually I want to be in edge mode. So go into edge mode. Well, from those faces you can actually, so if you control right click, you can say two edges, and that will actually make that, it'll convert your face selection to edge selection. So with those edges selected, we can hold down shift and right click and say soften edge. Alright, and then display, show last hidden. Should bring our face back. And then if we go to object mode, there we go. Actually, because these were, I want these mouth ones as well to be this and this one. I want those to be soft as well. So let's make sure those are soft. Alright. So now, if we hit 1, So 3 is sub D mode, so we can see what he looks like in sub D mode. So looks pretty clean for sub D mode, and then 1 is back to normal, just regular poly view. So from here I'm actually going to save, and I'm going to save a revision, so increment and save. So that should name it retop 0001.mb, and then I'm going to turn off symmetry, and just going to take a look here, see how he's looking overall. I'm considering adding the belt and probably the loops, just because I'm looking at trying to stay around 5,000 polygons, and we should be able to do that also with the eyes, adding those eyes in there. That should keep us, and also we want to add the brows. So we'll probably do the brows and the eyes, the teeth and the tongue, and then we'll see where we're at and if we need to add the belt or just paint it into the texture. So from this, we're going to end on that for now, and then we'll be back to continue with the mouth and the eyes and the brows. All right, thanks.